Hi folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and today I'm doing a video walk around of my own Mercedes SL. This is a 2003 SL350. It's a 3.7 litre V6 engine. It's the smaller of the SLs. It's they do a 500 as well, and then they go up to the 55. So the other ones are V8s. This one is a V6, but it's a much more simple car to maintain and work on. It hasn't got the overcomplicated ABC suspension, which the V8s have got their air suspension. This is actually on coil springs, so it's a much easier car to live with, a much cheaper car to maintain, and I absolutely love them. So this particular car I've had for a little while. In the time I've owned it, I've had the car ceramic coated, so I don't know how well it'll show up on the camera, but if I come in close here, you can see that the paintwork has got a very high gloss sort of finish to it. I even had the grills and things like that done in ceramic as well, so that makes it a little bit brighter. It sort of pops the colour out a little bit more when you're looking at the car, and also it does protect the paintwork on the car, so hopefully you can see it's in very good condition. Something I just want to point out is that I've just had the car washed, and someone went a bit crazy with the hose and has damaged my centre cap on that wheel on the front there, but I've got a new set of centre caps just coming up for it, so when the car goes up for sale, it'll have a brand new set of centre caps on it. So anyway, this particular car is a 2003 model. It's done just over 140,000 miles. Ignore the AMG badge, that was put on by a previous owner. It's not an AMG model, it's a standard SL350, but it has got a couple of nice extras on it over and above the standard SL350. So one of the things that I will show you in a second is that this has actually got the panoramic roof on it. So it's still a glass, it's still a folding hardtop, but it's a glass panel rather than a metal panel, which brings a lot of light into the car even when I've got the roof up on it on a day like today. It's also got a upgraded sort of leather inside it. It's got the luggage straps on the back, which are there to secure cases behind the seats. I'll show you how they work in just a second. And it's just a lovely spec car, to be honest with you. I really, I absolutely love these cars. It is pretty much rust free. There's a couple of very small sort of little bits of surface rust under the arches, but nothing that would deter you from the condition of it. There's the inside. Very, very nice spec, as you can see. There's that glass roof panel. So basically I've got glass all the way around, apart from the sort of front and rear bars there. It makes it very light and airy inside. I love that interior. You can see the quality on these cars. The stitching, absolutely beautiful on it. Continues on the dashboard, which is all stitched as well. If I want to fold this seat forward, I simply press a button by here. It's electric. It will now fold forward for me. So what's nice is that behind here, although there aren't any spare seats, there is space. On an SLK you don't get that because it's a much smaller car. I've got cubby holes by here. That one's got my CD multi-changer in it and a little bit of space for other stuff behind. And then I've got these straps here, which look like seat belts a little bit. They come down and latch on by here, so I can put a case in the back and it's secured in place with these. I've actually used that a few times. I find it really invaluable. It's like having an extra boot. Just press that. That'll go back in place. These seats have got adjustable support on them. You use that, it sort of fills the pockets of air in the seats for the lumbar. It's they're heated as well. Memory on both sides. 3 different settings for your memory settings on this car, all on that door card there for you, along with the heating controls. You've got some pretty cool door pockets here that sort of unclip and they open like so. Really, really well equipped cars these are. Let's show you in the driver's side a second. So here I am in the driver's side of the car. Let's turn that down just a second. You notice I've got a cup holder that I fitted that side for the passenger. There is a cup holder also on this side for myself, just the one though. So I wanted 2 cup holders for when me and my partner go out in the car. Very nice dashboard on it. The aluminium is the real deal. It's actually metal, not the cheapy sort of plastic stuff that you see in most cars these days. And yeah, it's a very appealing car. It's all original, it's all standard. Even the stereo is the original one on there. It's got a taper deck even, it's that antiquated, but it does have a fantastic sound, so I've left it standard, and it's got 6-disc CD shuttle in the back, which is great. So I'll just start the car up quickly and I'm going to put the roof down for you. So as you can hopefully hear, that 6-cylinder engine V6 purrs into life. It's a really smooth operator, this is. I've got air conditioning in here, and on a lot of days I just leave the roof up because I've got a huge amount of glass area. But what I've got here is a big switch, which when I pull that back, the roof will go down and watch it go. So the boot goes up like so, and then my roof folds backwards effortlessly and really quickly. As you can see, it's a really fast operation. Works an absolute treat. And there we have it. Now from here I can leave it down like that, or I can put the rollover bar up if I want to. That's on another switch. Sort of can act as a bit of a wind deflector at times. I quite like using it, but just for some photos today we'll leave it down because I've already got a few photos of this car with that up. So yeah, lovely interior, proper quality. You know, harks from a day when Mercedes really did make the best quality cars in the world. And as you can see, it's nice that it's got this sort of two-tone interior trim with a light grey and then a slightly darker grey on the top of the dashboard. It's classy, it looks the part, it continues on the leather wheel, the seats, everything in this car is absolutely beautiful and beautifully crafted. Xenon headlights as well on this particular model. I'll knock it off a second just to conserve my fuel. And speaking of which, I've been getting around about 24 to the gallon out of the car, and that's what Mercedes claim is the average that you will get on this model. So it seems to be doing more or less what they claim. But I wanted to show you the car with the roof down as well, and I think you can agree that with the roof down it transforms it again. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. Beautiful looking car. Please don't confuse this with an SLK because it's a much bigger car. It is a vast machine as well, so it's a very wide car, very low. The proportions of it obviously are a far cry from an SLK, which is literally, you know, half the size of this. This is a properly big car. It's got plenty of power though. That V6 gives it plenty of get up and go despite the weight. And comfort wise, it's a proper grand tourer. You could nip down to the south of France in this, you could go up the Lake District in it. A real beautiful car to enjoy, and surprisingly spacious. I mean, there's only 2 seats, but it's got a big boot, I'll show you that in just a second, and it's also got the extra luggage space behind the seats. So speaking of boots, let's pop this open for you. Hey, excuse, there is some stuff in here because I actually do use this car daily. Biggest problem you've got now, of course, the roof's in the way, I can't get anything in. You press a button by here and that moves out the way so as you can access your boot, which is great. I've just got a little bit of stuff which needs vacuuming out really in here, but it's quite a decent sized boot. 245 litres, more than you get in a majority of convertibles, and the fact that it does that, a bit of a pose I think really, but solves a problem that you get on convertible cars. Yeah, but yeah, just look at it. One of the best looking cars, and the sort of the benchmark of luxury convertibles really, these SLs are. It's a car that's been the flagship of Mercedes for, when did the first one come out? Late 50s? Well over half a century. The SL has always been the car to be seen in. And although this is the baby of the bunch, the 350, I find that works in its favour. And I've personally really enjoyed using this car and owning it. I'll show you very quickly the engine, because it is an absolute masterpiece. You can enjoy another shot of that interior while I pull the bonnet. So just pop this open. It's on gas struts, as you would expect on a car like this, and look at that. So 3.7, just over 3.7 litres, V6. The car's done 140,000 miles, but it is as clean as a whistle. And you can see it's got a battery there. That's actually an auxiliary battery, which is in the back, and that one's a starter battery. So that battery, all it does is start the car. Then you've got another bigger battery in the boot that does everything else. So it's got two batteries, this car has, that work together. Yeah, the computer's whirring and stuff in there, but that's all perfectly normal. You can see the high gloss on this grille from where I've had it. Where I've had it coated as well with the ceramic coating. And the same with the headlights, I've had them done. Anything I could get ceramic coated has been ceramic coated on this car, including the wheels, which gives them a little bit extra protection. Although not from the guy in the car wash today, because he's ripped the wheel cap off the one. But anyway, with that done, it'll be right. You can see they're in good condition. I'm showing you this one because that's the one that always gets the batter in. Drilled discs as well, if you look in there. And you know, nice little things like these flashes of silver here, and they're on the bonnet as well. Just gives this car massive curb appeal. So I hope it's of interest to you. My number as ever is 07932 873 646. If you're after a car that can be used every day, but can also put a smile on your face every day, and every time you drive it, can cover continents, can take you up to the Lake District for a weekend, it's got room for all your luggage, and is so comfortable that after 5 hours behind the wheel you won't even feel like you've driven anywhere, then the SL really is the only choice. So my number 07932 873 646 if you're interested in this car. And of course, please give us a like, a share, and a subscribe to our channel for more updates, more vehicles like this, and more car talk in general. Oh, and please feel free to comment below and give us any suggestions for any new features that you'd like to see. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope that's of interest to you. We hope to see you soon. Goodbye.